Hi guys, and welcome back to my house. Today's video is part of my quick tip series, and it's all about how to freeze meat in bulk to save money. First off, you're going to need your plastic baggies. Use whatever size is appropriate for your family's serving size and open them first. And the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you clean off your counter. I clean it off with a disinfectant, and then I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off with just plain water rag because I don't want to have the disinfectant on my food. And then we're just gonna take out all of our meat. Make sure your hands are clean, very important guys, clean fingers. And then I'm gonna score my meat into about what amount of meat I wanna put into each baggie. And remember, your bags are open, so with one hand you're going to hold the bag, and with the other hand you're going to grab the meat. That way the dirty, contaminated hand is only touching the meat, it's not touching the bags, and that's not gonna transfer into your freezer. Once you're done with that, then clean off your counter again because we want a clean surface. And what we're going to do is flatten out the meat. Basically, you want to take the air out of the baggie and then seal up part of the bag until it's almost closed. Make sure that everything's flattened out. I like to leave about an inch or 3/4 of an inch of space on the end for me to continue to push the air out as I push the meat more towards the top of the bag. And that way it just keeps the meat inside, but I can still work that air out of the bag, because remember, air is what causes freezer burn, and we don't want freezer burn. So when you're done pushing it up, then just, close it and you're good to go. You have a nice flattened piece of meat. And the reason I like the flat meat is because it's super easy to store, and it's also super easy to thaw out. If you've seen in some of my other videos, I can take out one of these little squares and put it in a bowl of water, and 10 minutes later I have thawed meat for recipe, and it doesn't matter that I forgot to take out in the morning. It's just that simple. And once you get them all flattened, you're just going to want them in piles. Now, I have a couple of them that I made thinner, and the reason I did that I put less in it, is for nights that I'm just cooking for myself and not for myself and my roommate. Next up, did you know that you could actually bend or cut those styrofoam containers that your meat comes in if you're wanting to put it in a plastic baggie just to keep it a little extra safe? Don't be afraid. Butcher that thing to get it in there. Next up, chicken. Chicken is a really good thing to buy in bulk because it can be a little bit expensive, so we always buy it in bulk. The first thing you're going to want to do is to get your baggies ready. Open them up and get as many out as you're going to need for as many portions as you're going to make. And again, it's the same thing. One hand holds the bag and the other hand puts the meat in, so that way you're not going to contaminate the bag. And now here's a little trick to getting the air out of something that's not quite so easy to make flat. I just take my chicken breast and I push it down to the bottom of my bag as much as I can to fill in all those little spaces. And then I'm going to kind of do the same thing that I did with the hamburger. I'm just going to seal most of the bag most of the way across. I'm going to leave a little bit of space so the air can come out, and I'm going to simply just push it down in the water. The water pushes the air out and helps create more like an air-sealed, airtight kind of thing. And then just close it up. And you have your own vacuum packed little thing of chicken, but with no expensive machine. And here's a little hack when you go to freeze it. Put like a plastic bag or a placemat or something underneath the meat, that way it doesn't get frozen, stuck to the shelf. And lay everything flat as you can get it, as even as you can get it. That way later, if you need to file it, like this little bag of soup I have, then it's really easy to do that way. Well, I hope you found something fruitful in this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one in my quick tip series, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And would you do me a favor and hit that share button with all of your friends and family? Well, thanks for stopping by my house. I'll see you next time.